Today marks 1 week since the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade, ending the constitutional right to an abortion in America.
It is now up to individual states to decide. And today, President Biden laid out his plans to help women in the wake of that landmark decision. CBS News correspondent Skylar Henry joining us live from the White House tonight with details. Skylar?
Hey there, good to see you both. Well, the president said earlier today that those who are pro-abortion rights need to take this up and make their voices heard this November during the midterm elections. He acknowledged earlier today that he felt as though he did not have the support needed to try to overturn the filibuster to get that simple majority needed to try to codify Roe v. Wade.
President Biden says Democrats need to expand their congressional majority in November's midterm elections if they want to guarantee abortion rights across the country.
So the choice is clear. We either elect federal senators and representatives who will codify Roe, or Republicans who will elect the House and Senate who will try to ban abortions nationwide.
1 week since the Supreme Court overturned Roe versus Wade, a new poll found the issue is of growing concern for adults on both sides of the aisle. 22% say abortion or women's rights is a major concern the government should work on in the next year. That's more than double what the poll found just 6 months earlier. On Friday, the president met with 9 Democratic governors about protecting women's rights.
I share the public outrage at this extremist court that's committed to moving America backwards.
Many Republican-led states that have moved to restrict or ban abortion rights argue the federal government should stay out of the decision-making.
Arkansas has made its decision. Other states might look at it differently.
The Democratic governors promised their states will be safe havens for women coming from places that are outlawing abortion.
Because of our location in the Southeast, Mr. President, North Carolina is already seeing an influx of patients coming to our state.
We are, in fact, that brick wall against this horrific Supreme Court decision.
President Biden said the federal government will protect women who want to travel to other states to get an abortion.
And so the president also talked about making efforts to try to protect women's access to certain medications that they would need for abortion services. He said he was going to do that through the Food and Drug Administration. Back to you.
Yeah, Skylar, a lot of this is going to be easier said than done. What is the Biden administration trying to do for states that have Republican-dominated legislatures like Texas?
Sure. Right. Well, the president said in terms of women seeking access to abortion services in those states that have what's referred to as trigger laws in effect, so to speak, he said that he was going to do what he possibly could to try to protect any woman that wants to, say, go to a neighboring state. We heard that from one of the governors who spoke with the president earlier today, Michelle Lujan Grisham, the Democratic governor of New Mexico, who talked about seeing an influx of abortion requests and appointments since last week's Roe v. Wade decision. And she said that what's going on in Texas and in other states where there are lawmakers in those states considering passing some sort of legislation that would penalize women traveling out of the state to try to seek an abortion. She called that draconian, but also said that her state, as well as others that we saw in the piece, will be what's referred to as safe havens for those looking to get access to abortion services.
Yeah, ongoing controversy. Skylar Henry reporting from the White House. Thank you. We have full coverage on the abortion story with the most up-to-date information online, khou.com, for a look at how we got here, how other states are regulating abortion, and the very latest from the Supreme Court.